You are watching Arsenal Productions presented by Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Gettle's got it. It's the Rams' final home game of the season as they look out to close with a win against the Palmetto Tigers. My name's Paul Whiteside. So glad to have you alongside with me in the booth for the Rams' final home game of the season. It's senior night as they look to take on the Palmetto Tigers as the Rams. This is a non-district game for the Rams as the Palmetto Tigers travel to the Rams' home stadium. The Rams have had a very good record at home, and they look to close out their season undefeated in their district games. This is a non-district game. The Rams are currently the #1 seed in the 7A district, and they look to close out with a win and make the playoffs.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new
Gettle's got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located on Clark.
Welcome back on in as we welcome you to the Riverview Rams versus the Palmetto Tigers, as this is the last home game for the Rams as they finish out their home campaign. They have 2 more games on the road at Berkeley Prep and at Wiregrass Ranch. The Rams record this year 8-2-2. They are 4-0 in their district games, currently holding the #1 seed. They got a fantastic win last night against Gulf Coast 2-1. And they look to continue their streak. They have won 4 straight, looking to make it 5 and close out their home campaign with a win as Palmetto will kick us off here. And we are underway for the Rams' last home game of the season, as this is senior night. So a lot more seniors will be in the starting lineup as we look to honor our seniors. That's Kate St. Ange passing it back. That's Vicky Jendrusik. Passes it into midfield. And that's Sepulveda. As Riverview has had a very good season. A lot of question marks coming into the season. They obviously had a really, really nice season last year and lost a ton of their seniors and a ton of their really, really good starting attacking players like Bailey Springman. And they looked to bounce back this year, and they have done such a good job. 8-2-2 with a very hard schedule. They've played some really difficult games against teams like North Fort Myers, who they just narrowly lost to at home, 1-0. And then they picked up a really nice game against Sun Lake, who only lost 2 games in their last 2 years. Picked up a win at Sun Lake, 1-0. As the Rams are without starting midfielder Sophia Oslansky. She is out with injury tonight. As the Rams look to close out their home campaign with a win. They beat Fort Myers 2-1 yesterday. Kate St. Ange had the first goal. She had a little bit of a mistake 3 minutes before the goal, and then in a similar situation, she went and smacked it into the net. So it was a nice goal by her as Harper Kelly's in on goal. That's a nice pass. She goes in. She scores easily, and it's a 1-0 early lead for the Rams. Harper Kelly, with no one near her, buries it into the bottom left corner, and 2 minutes into this game, the Rams have taken a 1-0 lead. As the seniors head over to the cameraman to celebrate as a quick start to this game by the Rams, as it was a nice ball played all the way from the back that landed right at the feet of Harper Kelly as she was easily in on goal. The keeper stood no chance. And the Rams take a early 1-0 lead, a goal by Harper Kelly, the sophomore midfielder. That is Kelly's second goal of the year, as Bronwyn Leggett will calmly keep it. And that's Simone playing it to Jędrzejczyk. Riverview has struggled to move the ball a lot in this season, but they have really done a good job of overcoming that and improving on that. It was something that I talked to Coach Sean Springman so much about. He wanted to improve the time of possession, the passing on this Riverview team, just the simple stuff they really needed to improve on, and they've done such a good job this season, and they look to continue that through the playoffs. They look to maintain that number 1 seed in the Class 7A district, as it will be a throw-in for Palmetto. As the Rams have been extremely strong, particularly on the road. They're 5-0-1 or 5-0-2 on the road this year, as they've done such a good job at getting wins over really tough teams, over district opponents. I mentioned Sun Lake, who had only lost 2 games in 2 years prior to that Rams game, as they went on the road and beat them 1-0. This is a Rams team that scheduled a lot of difficult games to prepare them for the tougher games in the playoffs. I talked to Coach Sean Springman a lot about that. He said they purposely did that to prepare this Riverview Rams side that had to overcome a lot in the offseason, losing a ton of their seniors last year. But they have done such a good job at adapting, as Riverview is in on goal, but it's a nice defensive play by Palmetto. But Sepulveda wins it back, takes a shot, and it goes right past the far right post. As Sepulveda takes an early shot from beyond the box, we know that she can hit those shots from beyond the box. She's done it a lot this year. She has 4 goals. Most of them are from beyond the 20-yard line, as she can really hit the ball so hard into the net, and she's been doing it all year. As Riverview will just let it go right back to Bronwyn Leggett, who's been such a fantastic goalkeeper this whole year, she's been such a big reason why Riverview really haven't allowed a lot of goals. Their defense has been rock solid. It was one of the main questions of this team. They had a lot of young girls on defense to start this year, but they have really done a good job at defending and not letting up a ton of goals, and Bronwyn Leggett has been just amazing in goal, specifically in that North Fort Myers game. Even with the 1-0 loss, she saved a really nice penalty from Hannah Busenbark, who scored 57 goals in the prior season, the 2024 season. One of the top goal scorers in the country. She really locked her down. Busenbark did eventually get the best of her to go up 1-0, but Bronwyn Leggett kept her in check for most of the game, as that was a tough loss for Riverview. Only their one of 2 losses all year, 8-2-2 on the year. A fantastic record for this team that had so many doubters heading into this season, but they have proved them all wrong. Really had a fantastic year. As Sepulveda with a nice touch in midfield tries to get it over to Rosenthal, can't do it. That's Lynn Morales. Tries to get it in, but unable to keep possession as Palmetto is back with it. As Palmetto's in midfield, that's Leah Higgins. She is tied for the lead in goal with 7 goals on the year. She's back with it in midfield. Been such a strong part of this Palmetto squad, and they are definitely going to have to look to her after starting the game off rough, giving up an easy goal to Harper Kelly, who just blew by that whole defense. It was a nice pass from the back, and Harper Kelly just buried it into the bottom left to put Riverview up 1-0 early in this game. I talked to Coach Sean Springman a lot this week about how they're training, and usually when you go into these weeks and you're the number 1 seed and you're 4-0 in their district games, you tend to take a little bit of rest, as this is a Palmetto team with a much worse record. They've been historically really good, but you usually take a little bit of rest. He said, no, we're going to train these girls really hard, and they really did a lot of hard conditioning, a lot of sprints, he said, and he is really just trying to prepare them. So is Coach Joe St. Ange, just trying to prepare them so well for these playoffs, and these girls look ready for the playoffs. They have done such a good job against their divisional opponents. It's a girls team that has struggled a lot in the playoffs historically, but this could be the season for Riverview to make a deep playoff run. As it looks like it'll be a free kick for Palmetto. Palmetto this year with a respectable 6-4-3 record. And they are 1-1-2 in their district games. Palmetto not in Riverview's district. As it's played back to Jendrusik, who tries to get it into midfield, unable to. And it's Sepulveda now in midfield, such a strong part of that midfield as Riverview plays it on the wing. It's hit out by a Palmetto defender, and it'll be a throw-in for Riverview. Riverview has also done such a good job at adapting in those attacking scenarios. Like I mentioned earlier, they lost so many of those attacking seniors like Bailey Springman, who led the team in goals last year. Also, Olivia Shrupka went to IMG, transferred. She was also a main part of that Riverview attack, and a lot of questions coming in and whether this team could replicate that attack. I don't think they have perfectly replicated it, but they've done such a good job adapting throughout this season. Struggled earlier on in this season with the attacking scenarios and just trying to put goals away, but they have done really nicely, as that's a nice defensive play by Vicky Jendrusik. They've done such a good job at adapting throughout this season in their attacking scenarios and really just putting the ball away. As that's Harper Kelly, who loses it, and it's taken away by Palmetto, as that's Jayana Peoples. Palmetto wins it back, but it's going to be just played into the Riverview defense. And that Sepulveda tries to get it in and does. Harper Kelly now with it. That's Kate St. Ange. Had the goal in the last game. Sepulveda, that's a nice give and go to Kate St. Ange. Plays a nice ball into the midfield. It's nice defense by Palmetto. Kate St. Ange working hard to get back on defense, and she does. A nice play by her. Taken back by Palmetto. And played back into midfield. Lays it off to St. Ange. Lynn Morales trying to win it back. She's unable to. Palmetto will stay with possession. And that's Leah Higgins. Riverview has dominated a lot of the possession this game. Palmetto has very rarely gotten it beyond the halfway mark and been able to keep possession. They haven't had any attacking scenarios, as Riverview has really dominated the possession, especially in Palmetto's half, as they have done a nice job defensively to limit this Palmetto attack. As Vicky Jendrusik tries to get it out and does, and it will go out for a Palmetto throw-in. It's Jayana Peoples with the throw into Leah Higgins, and that's played right back into Riverview. And that will go out for a goal kick. "27 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in this game." If you're just joining us, it was an early goal from Harper Kelly. That was a really nicely played ball from the back that fell right to the feet of Harper Kelly. As that's a nice play by Palmetto. Plays it in, but it's really nicely defended in there by Riverview. It will go out for a Palmetto corner kick. As, like I was saying, it was a really nice goal by Harper Kelly. She was able to put the goal away into the bottom left corner. And Riverview is up to a early 1-0 lead in their final home game of the season, as they are definitely going to look to keep this hot streak up going into the playoffs, wanting to make a deep playoff run. Palmetto with a corner kick, and that's played in dangerously and saved by Leggett on the line. A scary scene for the Riverview Rams, as we've been talking about that all year, as the line judge is going to talk to the ref and see if maybe that ball crossed the line. And looks like they're going to give Palmetto the goal. And they're going to say that Palmetto scored on that corner kick and that the ball went across the line. It looked like to be very close, but the referee's conjuring and the line judge confirms that the ball did cross the line. As the ref talking to Coach Joe St. Ange and Sean Springman on the sideline, they surely do not agree with that call, but nonetheless, Palmetto strikes back and gets the equalizer here at home against the Rams. We've been talking about that all year with these interesting set-piece goals, in which those corners, if you get the right bounce, they really just can fall right to you and you can get an easy goal, as Palmetto will take a strike from well out, and it is calmly kept by Bronwyn Leggett. As we've been talking about that all year with those shaky corner kicks, that if you get the right bounce, it can really just fall right to your feet and into the net, as it is a goal nonetheless. No matter how shaky it was, it just barely fell into the net. It looked initially like Bronwyn Leggett made an amazing goal line save and got it out, but the line judge disagrees, and it will be a goal for Palmetto, as it was very close. But Palmetto will pick up the goal and equalize here against Riverview. And it was number 5, Lila Graham, with the goal, credited as Harper Kelly right back in, taken down in the box. As the ref is trying to make a decision. It looks like it will be a goal kick for Palmetto, as Harper Kelly was taken down in the box, but the ref does not see a penalty, it does not look like. We will see the official call. They are conjuring again on the sideline. They did that with the goal, and now they're doing that with this penalty kick, trying to see if maybe Harper Kelly was taken down illegally in the box, and it will be, and it will. It will be a penalty for the Riverview Rams, as Harper Kelly was taken down inside the box. Sofia Sepulveda will take the penalty. So lots of action here early on in this first half. 2 goals already, 17 minutes into this game, and potentially another one here as Riverview looks to take the lead. Sofia Sepulveda will step up at the spot and try and bury this penalty. And she will. Buries it right in that bottom right corner. Harper Kelly goes left corner. Sofia Sepulveda goes right corner, and the Rams are right back out in front. Sofia Sepulveda with the goal. As Harper Kelly was taken down in the box, the 2 refs had to conjure and make sure it was a penalty. They deemed that it was, and Riverview jumps out to a 2-1 lead here early, 18 minutes into this game, their final home game of the season. And man, has this been a entertaining first 18 minutes of soccer, as Palmetto will kick off for the 3rd time here tonight, as we have had 3 goals. Bronwyn Leggett almost makes a costly mistake, as she looks like she slipped there trying to fake out a Palmetto defender, has to eventually go to the ground with her hands. But she is able to keep possession, as it will be a throw for Riverview. "21 minutes left to go in this first half." As we thank you so much for joining us here on Arsenal Productions for the final Riverview girls soccer home game, as this will be the final regular season game that Arsenal Productions will cover for the Lady Rams soccer, as it has been an amazing season for these Riverview Rams. They have overcome so much, and they've done such a good job with the players that they have, as it will go out for another Riverview throw. Throw in there. Gets it to the back. Passing it around well here. It's something that we've been talking about all season. Riverview needing to play from the back and keep possession. It's something that you see a lot in soccer games and professional soccer, is players will play from the back quite a bit and just keep that possession, and something will open up in the attack. As you see, that's exactly what's happening here. Harper Kelly using that blazing speed, trying to get by, plays it back into Mia Alexander. Nice moves from her, plays it in, and it's kicked out by Palmetto. It will be a throw from Riverview. Kate St. Ange gearing up to take her signature long throw into the box. As Riverview hoping that it takes a bounce their way, it will not. As they will try and win it back in midfield, they will be unable to. As Vicky Jędrzejczyk gets it in. And it's a nice give and go in there on the wing. That's Rosenthal. Collides, but able to avoid the contact, stay with the ball, trying to look for help, and will lay it right to Leah Higgins. As that's played right back, that's Bronwyn Leggett with the ball, will boot it back into midfield. As Riverview will be called for a handball, and it will be a Palmetto free kick. As Palmetto looks to now equalize for the second time here tonight, as it has been a very entertaining 21 minutes of soccer, as we had that opening goal in the first 2 minutes of the game with Harper Kelly breaking free and burying it into the bottom left corner, and then Palmetto quickly responded as Bronwyn Leggett able to save that. It was a dangerous free kick from way out, but Bronwyn Leggett able to make the nice save. As we saw her do something similar there, as we saw it in a similar game at home where Bronwyn Leggett actually miscued on one of the free kicks by the opposing team, as we will take our first water break of the night. It's 2-1 Rams after we get back from the break.
The grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located on...
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Don't somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football.
Welcome back on into the Ramble, as we are back in action for the Riverview Rams taking on the Palmetto Tigers in the last home game of the Rams season. as we have had a very entertaining first half so far, as it's 2-1 Rams. We had that first goal by Harper Kelly, and then Palmetto and Lila Graham quickly responded back on a nice corner kick goal that snuck into the back of the net. The referees had to conjure and make sure that it fully went across the line. They deemed that it did, and Palmetto got the equalizer. And then shortly after, Riverview went down. Harper Kelly went on a nice run, and she was taken down in the box. They had to, again, conjure on the sideline, make sure that it was, in fact, a penalty. They deemed that it was. She went to the spot. Sophie Sepulveda put it right into that right corner, and Riverview jumped out to a 2-1 lead. 20 minutes left to go in this first half, as Riverview looks to continue their 4-game winning streak. They look to make it 5 wins in a row against Palmetto here tonight. Oh my goodness, ankles left on the ground. Palmetto, and it's a shot, but it's saved by Bronwyn Leggett, as that was a fantastic run in there by Palmetto, as ankles were left on the ground, but she was unable to finish it. As that was the tied for leading goal scorer, Leah Higgins, who's been absolutely fantastic. She flew right past that Riverview defender, left her on the ground, and then bodied another defender off, was in on goal, but shot it straight to Bronwyn Leggett, and she's unable to take advantage of it. But a great run by Leah Higgins. 7 goals, 2 assists on the year. One of the main pieces on this Tigers team. As it's played in, Lynn Morales gets it into Harper Kelly. She's having a great game. Tries to get it to Rosenthal, unable to do so. One of the senior midfielders, Olivia Rosenthal, had a ugly knee injury, as you see the brace on her leg right now, playing with a brace, as she recovered from that ACL injury with no surgery, completely on her own. And she has done a great job returning, as she is starting tonight for senior night. She is making an impact early, making some nice runs on that far side. She's been doing it all night, as Sepulveda will take the free kick. From far out, she tries to get it into the box. It's a nice free kick, and it's nicely saved. It took a bounce off a Riverview head, and it goes right to Kelly Castillo, the freshman goalkeeper. It's a poor touch by Riverview, and it goes into Palmetto, trying to put the pressure, but Riverview able to get out of it. That's Rosenthal. Nice pass to Sepulveda. Plays a nice through ball into Rosenthal, but it's quickly kicked out by Palmetto, as it will be a Riverview throw-in. Mia Alexander now with it, trying to play it into the midfield. Harper Kelly unable to stay with it, but it's won back in there, and Palmetto takes it right back. Riverview playing from the back. And that's Leah Higgins again with it. You see her with the ball a lot. She is just dominating this midfield, making such good runs in the attack here. There's a reason why she is tied with Karen Campos for the most goals on the team, both with 7 goals. She has done such a good job tonight maintaining possession. She's such a good dribbler, as she's with the ball now. Tries to stay within it. Will go out for a Riverview goal kick. As Bronwyn Leggett will take the free kick. Bronwyn Leggett played overseas this season in the spring of last year of 2025 as she played overseas in England as a goalkeeper, and she performed very well in a tournament overseas. We've seen a couple of the Rams play overseas. Obviously, Sofia Oslansky has been in Hungary for a lot of the season for the Hungarian national team. As there is Lynn Morales up the near side, and it's taken quickly back by Palmetto. It's a nice job on defense. One back. We see Emily Simone has been playing center back this whole game, as you usually see her in that midfield, but she has been playing in the defensive position. She usually plays a center defensive mid. She's really just all over the place, but she is playing a strong center back role in this game. As Kate St. Ange wins it back for Riverview. That's a nice pass, missed by Mia Alexander. Riverview has such a young team this year, and they have done such a good job at adapting to that. Even with all their young players, they still manage to beat all of these teams, as we will have a couple of substitutions for the Rams. As a couple of their players, Harper Kelly, will come off. As that will be Lila Johnson who comes onto the field. And there she is, trying to get the ball back. She has been so essential in this midfield. There's Leah Higgins with it. Swings it over to the wing. Lila Johnson doing a nice job using her body to her advantage. Leggett plays it back. And Johnson will kick it away. That's Rosenthal with it on the far side. Nice move by Rosenthal. Flies past her defender, played into Annika Thomas. There's Sepulveda. Lays it off. Tries to play it in, but unable to get it. As that's Leah Higgins playing it in on the left side. Gets it to Rosenthal on the left wing. She's unable to track it down, and it looks like it will be a Palmetto. No, it will be a Riverview throw-in. It looked like it came off a Palmetto, or I'm sorry, a Riverview player. It looks like it came off Olivia Rosenthal, but the line judge sees it as a Riverview throw-in. 11:55 left to go in this first half. As Riverview have just been controlling the possession. Ever since the water break, we have really slowed down in both the pace of play and the attacking scenarios, as that first 20 minutes of soccer was so entertaining. We had 3 goals. And now approaching the 10-minute mark to go in this first half. It will be a free kick for Palmetto. One back by Palmetto. And it will be a throw-in for Palmetto. Nicely one back. There's Leah Higgins working on Lila Johnson. Does such a good job fighting off Higgins. And Lila Johnson will kick it out for a Palmetto throw-in. As it will be kicked out for another Palmetto throw-in. As Riverview's upcoming schedule, they will play Berkeley Prep on the road. They are 6-4-2 on the season. That will be on Tuesday the 13th, and then they will go to Wiregrass Ranch in Wesley Chapel on Thursday the 15th, and Wiregrass is 6-5-3 on the year. As Riverview looks to close out their schedule with strong wins, as they look to go back-to-back seasons with double-digit wins. Bronwyn Leggett chucks it into midfield as it's played back by Palmetto. Nice job there in on midfield, trying to lay it off. Gets it into St. Ange, plays it back into midfield, unable to, but one back. That's a nice move. Played back in midfield. It's one back by Riverview. Monica Thomas. This Palmetto defense has done a really nice job at limiting Riverview. It's clear that they came out of that water break with a defensive plan. That's a nice back pass. Riverview now with it. As they take a shot, it's blocked by Palmetto, as up until that point, Palmetto was shutting down virtually everything Riverview was throwing at them. As Riverview, with 2 goals in this first half, one of them a penalty put away by Sophie Sepulveda. The other was a goal in the first 2 minutes by Harper Kelly, who found that sweet spot in the Palmetto Tigers defense, as she was able to put that one away really early in this game. And it's laid off to Lila Johnson. That's one back. That's Avery Hunt. Nicely played into midfield. Just holding it. Plays it back. That's a nice move, but taken away again by Palmetto, as they will pay it straight back to Riverview. Trying to play something from the back, trying to find something open in this attack. As that's Hunt again. Swings it over to Lila Johnson. Lila Johnson now with it. As she loses possession, it will be a throw-in for Palmetto. Lila Johnson's dad, Todd Johnson, a Riverview alumni and Florida Gator football player, as she looks to continue the legacy of her dad, who is a Riverview legend and a Florida Gator legend. He then went on to play in the NFL. Played back into midfield. And it is given poorly back to Palmetto. As you've seen a lot of changes of possession, both of these teams have struggled to string a lot of passes together. That's nicely played by Palmetto. Both of these teams struggling to keep possession in this game. That's a nice pass, but one back by Riverview. Now Riverview with it. In midfield, the long ball trying to find Olivia Rosenthal, and she's able to get away from two defenders. That's Annika Thomas. Now with it, oh, that's double nutmegs. Avery Hunt now with it, tries to get it into Kate St. Ange, but it takes a wrong pass as it will be a goal kick for Palmetto. 5 minutes left to go, just under 5 minutes in this first half of this game. A very entertaining first 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes, a little bit slower. 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of this game. Riverview with a 2-1 lead over Palmetto. They look to close out their final home game with a win. Rosenthal now to take the throw in for Riverview. Plays it back. That's Vicky Gendersik. Swings it over to Lila Johnson. Trying to maintain possession, but she will lose it, and it will be a Palmetto throw-in. A little bit of confusion there, but it will be a Palmetto throw. Avery Hunt wins it back for Riverview. Playing from the back now is Riverview. Nice pass there, trying to play from the wing. And it's a whiffed kick by Palmetto as Kate St. Ange will try and track it down, as it will be a throw-in for Riverview. And Kate St. Ange looks to try that long throw-in that she always does, and she will. Try and play it deep into the box. It's bouncing around, trying to find a Riverview foot. Kate St. Ange wins it back, but Palmetto will kick it out of bounds as we approach just under 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Kate St. Ange will yet again take another throw, but this one just played short. That's Lila Johnson, plays it into Kate St. Ange on the near side. Tries to play it into the middle. Lila Johnson now with it, takes a shot, goes right over the bar. As Lila Johnson, the defender, with a rare shot that just goes right over the bar. It will be a Palmetto goal kick. That's Kelly Castillo, the freshman goalkeeper, to take the kick. Palmetto is starting 5 freshmen tonight. A young team, a young Tigers team. But Riverview also no stranger to having a young team. They have a couple of freshmen, a lot of sophomores on their team that have really stepped up for this Rams team and done such a nice job stepping in for those lost seniors last year. As it will be a Palmetto free kick. As it will be played back into midfield. And that will be kicked out. Just under 2 minutes now left to go in this first half, as it will be a Riverview throw-in. Lila Johnson now with it. Plays it in. Tries to give and go, but falls to the foot of Avery Hunt. That's a nice ball. Tries to get it into St. Ange, but wonderful defense from the Tigers. And they will also win the throw, as that will be the final whistle for the first half as we come to a close. 2-1 Riverview as they close out the second half with the lead, looking to end their home campaign with a win, as we will take a break for halftime.
The grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located on Clark Road. It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota, now located.
Welcome back on in for second half action of the Riverview Rams versus the Palmetto Tigers girls soccer, the last home game of the Riverview Rams girls soccer campaign. As Emily Simone will kick it off from center forward. She played a lot of center back in that first half. She played a lot of defense. She was mainly in that center back position. She's usually at a center mid, center defensive mid position, but she will kick us off tonight. As you see a lot of the girls with the captain armbands, that's just all the seniors on the team, so they have made all the seniors honorary captains tonight, as Riverview with a 2-1 lead to start this first half as they look to hold out the Tigers and get a win in their last home game of the season. As we will await the whistle by the ref, and there it is. Emily Simone kicks us off for the second half of the Riverview Rams versus the Palmetto Tigers. As Oslansky will play it back into the Riverview defense. That's a nice pass. That's in there to Emily Whitehurst. That's Rosenthal with it now. Tries to play it back, but it's given back to the Tigers. Leah Higgins trying to play a nice ball into the far side, but it's taken away by Riverview, and it will go out for a Riverview throw-in. As we had a very entertaining first half, and specifically first 20 minutes of soccer here tonight. We had that opening goal by Harper Kelly, which was scored in the first 2 minutes of this game. It was a really nice goal. That was a long ball that was played all the way from the back, and it fell right to Harper Kelly's feet, who had a nice run in and just blew by the Tigers' defense and buried it into the bottom left corner. As that's a nice ball played into Emily Simone, who's tripped up by the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper is down. That is freshman goalkeeper Kelly Castillo, as it looks like she took a boot straight to the face by Emily Simone. As a big collision there in the box, as Kelly Castillo is still down on the field, as we hope she is perfectly okay. As we will take a short break for the injury, as we will be right back with you once the injury is dealt with. We hope that Kelly Castillo is just okay.
The grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
As we welcome you back in here for a short injury timeout, as Kelly Castillo looks to be okay, as she will continue playing, as a pretty nasty collision by Emily Simone and Kelly Castillo, the freshman goalkeeper, as Kelly Castillo took a leg to the face by a huge leg from Emily Simone, who hits the ball so hard. She has a very strong leg and not the girl that you want to get a leg to the face from. But Kelly Castillo playing really tough as she will continue on in this game. Glad to see that she is okay. as it's Riverview on the far side. A lane for Riverview, and it's nicely defended by Palmetto. It'll go out for a Riverview throw-in. As Emily Simone was pretty clear in trying to chase down the ball, and Kelly Castillo came out. They collided, but it looks like everyone is okay, which is a very good sign, as those can be scary injuries. Cleats to the face is no joke, but it will be a Riverview corner kick. As Riverview has thrived on corner kicks all year, they have so much physicality, and that is so helpful on a corner kick. As it is played in, tries to get on the head of Emily Simone, but unable to, as Palmetto now will play it right back to Riverview. And that's Jordan Lieberman, who plays it into Sepulveda, will take a shot, goes right over the bar, as she tries to take another one of her signature long shots that have gone in. She has 4 goals, and I believe all of them have been beyond the box. Tries to get another one here, but it soars over the ball. It'll be a Palmetto goal kick, as we had a very entertaining first 20 minutes of this first half with a lot of goals. We had 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. That last 20 minutes of the second half kind of stalled out a little bit, but a very entertaining first 20 minutes. A mistake from Bronwyn Leggett. Glad to have Emily Whitehurst there to clean up her mistake, as she completely whiffed on a kick. But Emily Whitehurst able to pick up the trash. As it will be a Palmetto throw-in. As it's a shot taken by Palmetto, as Bronwyn Leggett will keep it. It was a half volley taken from midfield, but no problem for Bronwyn Leggett, who's been outstanding all season long. And she is one of the main reasons why Riverview has 8 wins. They just continue to find ways to win, as she is so essential, a leader on this Riverview Rams team. As they will look forward to have her back next season, only a junior. Palmetto throw-in. Nicely won back there by Lila Johnson. Sepulveda trying to play it down the line, but given back to Palmetto and won back by Riverview. Palmetto now trying to create some attack. They're unable to, as Rosenthal will chase down the ball. But it will be a Palmetto throw-in. As we take a look at the playoff seedings, Riverview is now currently at the 1 seed in their district for Class 7A. As they look to keep that 1 seed and get a win over Palmetto, who's not in their district. They have a 4-0 record against district opponents this year, playing in a tough district with teams like Venice and Sarasota, as they have done such a good job at beating their district opponents at home and away. They've also had some really good games against really tough opponents like North Fort Myers. Even in the loss against North Fort Myers, Riverview played very well in a close 1-0 loss. They went on the road and beat a team in Sun Lake, which was a very tough loss, a team that is constantly in the Final Four or state championship. Was that St. Ange trying to get it on the wing, and she does. It's nicely laid off for Lila Johnson. screaming up the far side, tries to play it in, and it hits the side netting. As we will see what the call is here, it looks to be a goal kick for Palmetto. So it did not take a deflection. It will just be a goal kick for Palmetto. Played in, taking a fall there. Two Riverview Rams took a fall, but both back up on their feet as Palmetto will look to take advantage of that. As it's nice defense there by Riverview. That's Vicky Jendrusik, one of the leader seniors on this Riverview defense. Palmetto now with the throw-in. Oslansky now tries to play it back to Rosenthal as she collides with a Palmetto player. As it looks like Rosenthal and Leah Hurley collided there, but both look to be okay. It'll be a corner kick now for Palmetto as they look to equalize here in the second half. Riverview have won 4 straight. They are looking to make it 5. Palmetto looking to spoil any hopes of winning their last home game, but Riverview have done a really good job at dominating this possession. They've dominated a lot of the attacking looks. They have played much better in attacking play. They have struggled a little bit right after the water break. They scored 2 goals before the water break, but after the water break, Palmetto has played really well on defense as they have limited a lot. As we look at Riverview's schedule, it is really fascinating. They have not lost a game since November 12th against North Fort Myers, which they took a 1-0 lead to. It was a goal by Hannah Busenbark, one of the top goal scorers in the country. As Riverview, it's a nice run in by Kate St. Ange, but it's even better defense from Palmetto as a pass from Palmetto back to the keeper, but doesn't look like a call will be by the refs. It looks like it was intentional. As the ref looks to the sideline, and he is conversing with Coach Joe St. Ange. As Joe St. Ange looks like he thought that that was clearly a pass back to the goalkeeper. If you're unfamiliar, the pass back to the goalkeeper cannot be held by the hand. So if someone passes it back to the goalkeeper, they cannot control it with their hands. And the ref is still conversing with Coach Joe St. Ange on the sideline, trying to get some more clarity on what happened. I think the ref will deem it as unintentional. Still talking it over here. As ref says no more, and he will give the ball back to Palmetto. Like I was saying before, we had some referee troubles. Riverview's schedule is quite fascinating. They have not lost a game since November 12th against North Fort Myers. All of their games since have been wins and 1 tie. They won against Lemon Bay. They won against Northport. They won against Mooney. Then they took a tie against Lakewood Ranch. And since then, win Northport, win Venice, win Sarasota, and win against Gulf Coast. They have had such a fantastic season. They took a season opener loss to Braden River and a loss to North Fort Myers. Both of those games, they lost 1-0. So even in their two losses, they have been very close. That North Fort Myers game was extremely close, as Riverview had a ton of attacking opportunities they failed to capitalize on, but they have played so good this year. 8-2-2, 4-0 in their district games, as they look to close out this season with a win and a 5th straight win on their schedule. And they look to not only finish the regular season out with, they not only look to finish regular season strongly, but they look to go into the playoffs with a really positive outlook and a lot of momentum. They've done such a good job of the regular season, but it's just about if they can get that momentum to roll over into the playoffs, as that's something I talked a lot with Coach Sean Springman. He really wants to prepare them for these playoffs. He really wants to do a good job of training them. He talked to him a lot this week about conditioning them really hard in practice this week, and it is showing tonight as they have played really tough, really hard, and really well against Palmetto. Will be thrown out. It will be a Palmetto throw into the box. Be back to Riverview. It's a nice give and go. That's Sophia Oslansky trying to chase it down, and that's a clear handball from Emily Simone. And Palmetto will be awarded the free kick. Long ball in, trying to find someone to make a run. Palmetto looking desperately for any sort of attacking momentum, but they just can't get anything going. This Riverview defense has played phenomenal so far. Only letting up one goal that was off a corner that just barely rolled in past the line. The referees actually had to conjure on the sideline to confirm that it was taken off the line, as looks like Sophie Sepulveda and Sophia Oslansky will come off for two more Rams that will take the field. As Palmetto will throw it in, trying to find someone in the box. As that will be a foul and a free kick for Palmetto. Mia Alexander, looks like she came right on with a lot of fire and just knocked down one of the Palmetto girls. And it will be a free kick for Palmetto in a dangerous position. Riverview will have to line up the wall. Is this the moment that Palmetto equalizes here at home against the Rams? Free kick taken here by Olivia Worley. 4 goals, 2 assists on the year, as she will take a shot that goes straight to the stomach of Bronwyn Leggett. No problem for her. Didn't even have to move to save that one, as she will launch it into midfield for Emily Simone. Tries to take a touch, tries to stay with it. She will not be able to. That is kicked out by Palmetto, and it will be a Riverview throw that will be taken by Vicky Jendrusik. As no, it will look like Lila Johnson will take the throw. like we've been saying all night, it looks like after that water break, the teams, especially the defense for both of these teams, started to figure each other out. It's been both of these defenses started to figure each other out and just see what each other was doing. As there were 3 goals in the first 20 minutes, there have been none since then. Both defenses have played outstanding since that water break. As the game has definitely slowed down a bit, we had a goal in the first 2 minutes by Harper Kelly, who screamed through the middle with a nice pass from the back. And she buried it into the bottom left corner, and then we had a equalizer by Palmetto that came off a corner kick that just barely rolled in past the goal line and was deemed a goal by the referee. And then Riverview came right back shortly after with a penalty from Sophie Sepulveda that was kicked nicely into the bottom right corner. 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of this game, but have had no goals since, as both teams have played extremely well defensively, as Riverview looks to just hold out here against the Tigers. 22 minutes left to go in this first half. As Riverview trying to win on that far side, it's Kate St. Ange, who's so physical against 2 defenders. Riverview trying to stay with possession. That's Whitehurst. Plays it back. It'll be now played back to Vicky Jędrzejczyk in defense. That's Hunt. Plays it right out. It'll be a throw in for Palmetto. Gives away possession. Palmetto needs to just find something, some spot in this Riverview defense that they can exploit. They need to take advantage of what Riverview is giving them right now if they want to equalize and spoil Riverview's hopes of winning their last home game. Whitehurst will take the throw for Riverview. Played in. Putting pressure is Emily Simoni. It's given away right back to her. She will try and lay it over the top for Kate St. Ange. She's able to do so. It will be played into the middle, and almost a costly mistake. There is Kelly Castillo, the freshman goalkeeper, almost wasn't able to control it. But she does eventually control it. It was a ball that was played into the middle by Kate St. Ange, but no red shirts in the box that were able to retrieve it. It was a nice ball by Emily Simoni right over the top to Kate St. Ange, who played a nice ball into the middle, but no one able to retrieve it for Riverview. As they are back with lots of space. That's Mia Alexander with it now. Trying to maintain possession. They will lose it. That's Leah Higgins now for Palmetto. Lays it off nicely. That's Evelyn Reyes. It's taken away by Riverview. And it will be a Palmetto throw after a poor pass. As the ref will blow the whistle. Looks like Higgins will come to the sideline briefly, and she will come out as a sub. Leah Higgins tied for the most goals on this Palmetto squad with 7 goals. She also has 2 assists on the year. As she will come off, and Drew Whittom will come on. 1 goal on the year for Drew Whittom. As Riverview trying to win it back in defense. As they have been unable to maintain possession all game long. They have been really inconsistent in that aspect. They have definitely gotten better through... Hey.
Nice deflection. Swarm. She stays, or she probably wasn't the worst move. Attack. Boom. I'm not even breathing. I heard it. I can't breathe. Whoa, 14 Odis. What the heck? What just happened? What did I miss?
As we apologize for our brief audio difficulties, as we will take the second water break of the game, as we will step aside shortly, as we will hear word from our sponsors. 2-1 Riverview.
The grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
It's the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Visit us today at 4735 Clark Road and discover how you can drive luxury for less. Gettle Genesis of Sarasota. Now,
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing?
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
As we welcome you back on in after the water break for a second half action of the Riverview Rams taking on the Palmetto Tigers girls soccer. We thank you so much for joining us here on Arsenal Productions. This will be our last girls soccer regular season game, as Riverview will most likely be locked into the playoffs, as they are currently the 1 seed, 4-0 in their district. This year they will go on and play 2 away non-district games against Berkeley Prep and Wiregrass. As it's kept by Kelly Castillo. Just under 20 minutes left to go in this game. 2-1 Riverview. Very entertaining 20 minutes, but since then it has been an extremely defensive game. Both teams have struggled to get any offensive momentum going, as that's a poor pass by Emily Simone. It goes right out of bounds. It will be a Palmetto throw, as both of these teams have adjusted well on defense and not allowed a goal since the water break, the first water break of this game. It was in the first 2 minutes, Harper Kelly came out with a strong start for Riverview as she buried one in the first 2 minutes of this game. But since then, it has slowed down as there has not been a goal since the first water break of the game. It's a nice move there by Kate St. Ange, trying to stick with it. It will be a Riverview throw-in, so they will keep possession. St. Ange will take her signature long throw. Kate St. Ange, one of the leader seniors on this team. She's so effective on that wing, so fast, and she really has some nice moves, nice dribbling moves on the outside. She's so effective at getting those crosses in. She's created a lot of goals this year. As Riverview players gathering in the box, it looks like it will be a Riverview corner. As we mentioned before, Riverview has been so good on these corners, especially Sofia Sepulveda and Emily Simoni have been so good. They're so physical in the box. Plays it into the box, and it's Simoni with a bouncing around. And it doesn't look like it went across the line. So a similar look to that first Palmetto goal. But it does not look like the ball crossed the line. It was a nice job by freshman goalkeeper Kelly Castillo to keep the ball off the line as Emily Simoni with a nice shot in on goal. But it was saved by Kelly Castillo, bounced around a couple times right on the goal line. The ball did not cross the line, so it saves 2-1 Riverview. They have another corner, though, and Emily Simoni came screaming, trying to get that ball, but she was unable to. And Riverview with back-to-back corners, but unable to capitalize on either of them. Just under 15 minutes left to go in this game, as Palmetto just trying to get anything going on offense on this attack. But Riverview has done such a good job at maintaining possession and doing such a good job defensively at keeping Palmetto out of their box completely. Palmetto has really struggled on this attack all game. They had one goal on a corner kick that bounced around and found its way into the back of the net. But as far as offensive schemes and attacking play goes, they have really struggled. This Riverview defense has done such a good job. That's Emily Whitehurst there. Sophia Oslansky in the midfield. Played nicely. That's back to Whitehurst. Finds Oslansky against. Nice ball movement by Riverview. Plays a ball to Harper Kelly. It's a poor pass by Sophia Oslansky. Harper Kelly was wide open there on the wing. We know how effective she can be. She is so fast on that wing. Had the first goal for Riverview in the first 2 minutes of this game as she showcased her speed, flew right past that Tigers defense and buried it into the bottom left corner with one of the earliest goals you'll ever see. Almost had a second goal there as she was taken down in the box. That second goal came because Harper Kelly, a similar look, just flew right past the Tigers defense, but she was fouled in the box. It was a penalty for Riverview, and Sophie Sepulveda stepped up to the spot. So Harper Kelly almost had 2 goals in this game. She has been such a game changer for this Riverview team as Simoni lays it off to Whitehurst, tries to find Kelly, unable to. The Tigers kick it out. Tries to win it back and does. It's a nice job by Harper Kelly to now win it back. Avery Hunt now tries to find someone on the far side. That's nice defense from Riverview. Tries to get it over to Kate St. Ange on the wing. Bouncing around. Someone is trying to get it, but tried to win back by Riverview. It's Simoni now on defense. Simoni has been bouncing around a lot positionally in this whole game. We saw her play a lot of center back role. That's what it looks like she's playing now. And then to start that second half, she actually kicked the ball off. She played a lot of midfield, but it looks like she is back on defense now in that center back role. Harper Kelly now on the wing trying to beat Palmetto. She was trying to beat Olivia Worley, but Worley doing a nice job using her body to her advantage. Whitehurst plays it into Oslansky. Nice job by Riverview. A lot of space in that midfield. It's Annika Thomas now. Had a goal in the last game against Northport. Harper Kelly. It's a nice slide tackle there by Olivia Worley. It'll be a throw-in for Riverview. Talk about the youth on this team. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores have done such a good job stepping up for this Riverview team after losing a lot of seniors and a lot of players to transferring to different schools, and they have just done such a good job at adapting. And Emily Simone trying to get a nice volley on there, but unable to get it past Kelly Castillo, as that was a really fancy volley there, but unable to get it into the back of the net. In the last game, they had a freshman to freshman goal. Freshman Lynn Morales assisted the freshman Annika Thomas. So the youth of this team has really stepped up in a big way, and they have done such a good job filling in for those lost seniors last year. As it will be a throw-in for Palmetto. Just under 10 minutes left to go in this game. Riverview looking to keep their win streak alive. If they win this game, it will make 5 wins in a row. They have not lost a game since early November. And that was to Northport, a team that has only lost 2 games in the last 2 years up until that point. Riverview made that a very competitive game, only losing 1-0. It was a goal by Hannah Busenbark, who was shut down virtually all game by goalkeeper Bronwyn Leggett. It's a strong header by Emily Simone. She just brings such a physical presence on this Riverview team, and she's such a leader in this midfield. You see her playing defense right now, but she's usually in that center defensive mid position. That's Gendersick with it right now. Trying to win it back is Riverview. Plays it up the sideline, but the ref blows his whistle. It looks like it'll be a free kick for Palmetto. Like I said, Riverview has not lost a game since November 12th against North Fort Myers, which they lost 1-0. Both of their losses this year have only been 1-0 losses. They have not given up many goals this year. The most goals they have allowed all year is 2 goals. They allowed 2 goals to Venice and a 5-2 win. But they have not allowed more than 2 goals all season long. This defense has been so good all year. Bronwyn Leggett has been amazing as well, saving a lot of good opportunities from opposing teams. She's done it all year. Emily Whitehurst now plays it into Oslansky. Tries to find Kate St. Ange on the wing, but St. Ange unable to get to it, as it will be a Palmetto throw now. 7 minutes left to go in this game. Riverview just looked to hold on against the Tigers and finish out this season with a home win, as they have 2 more away games against Berkeley Prep and Wiregrass Ranch, as that will close out the season, as Riverview looks to head into the playoffs and make a deep playoff run with such a good squad Avery Hunt now with it. Wins it back. It's a nice job by Avery Hunt. Plays it into Kelly. Dispossessed by Worley. Plays it into Emily Simone. We've been talking about her all night. She leads the team with 5 goals this year. As Sepulveda follows closely behind with 4. And Annika Thomas, the freshman, is 3rd place on this team with 3 goals. She has really taken such a big step for this Riverview team. She scored in the last game against Fort Myers in that 2-1 win, as they look to get another 2-1 win here against the Palmetto Tigers, as that's Leah Higgins trying to find something, but just like the story has been all night, Palmetto has not been able to find anything against this Riverview defense. That's Worley now playing it into midfield. That's Higgins. St. Ange now back on defense. And she will try and play it up the line. It never went out. And Riverview now trying to win it back, but dispossessed. It'll be Palmetto throw. Just under 5 minutes left to go in this game. Riverview looks to hold on against the Tigers and get their last home win of the season. As Riverview chases it down the far side, but it goes out for yet another Palmetto throw. As not a whole lot of urgency from this Palmetto team. You'd think you'd see a little bit more of attacking speed, a higher pace of play, but they have continued to play at the same pace all game long. It has not worked out for them. They have 1 goal in the first 10 minutes of this game that was a response to the early goal in the first 2 minutes of the game by Harper Kelly. But since that goal, which was a corner kick goal that bounced around, it was a goal by Lila Graham, who has 4 goals on the season. It was a shot taken, and it bounced around, and it just went past that goal line. It's something that we've been talking about all year long. Those corner kick set piece goals can be so dangerous, as you get a couple of bounces to fall your way, and all of a sudden it's in the back of the net. And that's exactly what's happened to Palmetto. It's happened to Riverview a couple of times in their favor this year, but does not favor Riverview in this sense. But since that corner kick goal for Palmetto, they have not been able to generate any offense or any attacking speed, as they have been completely shut down by Riverview. This Palmetto team, no stranger to goals. They have 2 girls with 7 goals. That's Karen Campos and Leah Higgins, both with 7 goals. Lila Graham with 4 goals. Evelyn Reyes with 4 goals. And Olivia Worley with 4 goals as well. This is a Palmetto offense that has been really good all year. But Riverview has completely shut them down. They have been historically a really strong team in their district, but Riverview has completely shut them down. They are 6-4-3 on the season. And that will be, looks like a handball on Riverview, so it'll be Palmetto free kick. Palmetto look to finish their season off. They have a game against Southeast on Monday. They have a game against Booker on Tuesday, and then they finish out the year against Bayshore on Thursday. This is a Palmetto team that has had a lot of blowout wins through their schedule. They had an 8-0 win against DeSoto County in their second game of the year. They had another 8-0 win against Bayshore, and then a 9-0 win again against DeSoto County. This is a Palmetto offense that is usually super high-powered, lots of goals, but Riverview has shut them down tonight. They tied 0-0 in their last game against Parrish. Before that, losing to Lakewood Ranch in a district game 2-0. They also lost 3-0 to Venice, which was a game that Riverview dominated in, beating Venice 5-0. Riverview has beat a lot of common opponents that Palmetto has shared as we approach just under a minute left to go in this game. As if everything stays right, Riverview will finish out their home campaign with a win against the Tigers. As Kate St. Ange will play it, it will be a free kick for Palmetto. A couple of really nice goals for Riverview. You had that goal from Harper Kelly, which was an amazing pass from the back. A super long pass that went straight at the feet of Harper Kelly. She was able to finish it and bury it in that bottom right left corner. And Sophie Sepulveda able to take advantage of Harper Kelly going down in the box. She took the penalty. She was able to bury it as well. And Riverview looks like they will come away with a home win in their last home game of the season. As Leggett will bomb the kick into midfield as we are in the closing seconds of the game. That's Olivia Rosenthal. That's a beautiful move. Shot taken, but way out of bounds, and it will be yet again another Palmetto free kick. No, it will not. The ref will blow the whistle, and the Riverview Rams girls soccer will finish their home campaign with a 2-1 win against the Palmetto Tigers. They improve to 9-2-2 on the year. Palmetto falls to 6-4-4 as Riverview finish their season at home in a beautiful fashion, winning 2-1 against the Tigers. Goals from Harper Kelly and Sophie Sepulveda will put them just over the Tigers, as Riverview has 2 more home games against Wiregrass Ranch and also against Bayshore, as they will look to close the season out with 2 more wins. Both away, I'm sorry, not Bayshore. They have a game against Berkeley Prep and then Wiregrass Ranch. We thank you so much for joining us here on Arsenal Production. Your final score at the Ram Bowl: Riverview 2, Palmetto 1.
The grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Gettle Hyundai. Looking for a great deal on a new Hyundai?
Gettle's got it.
During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota on Clark Road.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.